Hello, hello, most dearest one. This is Satara. Hi, hi, hi. Hey, hi. So I am doing a live stream, whatever you want to call it, from this space. So I hope you seen the title. I'm gonna play some Aphrodite Stone first, and then we will get started. Bad vibe killers. You already know.
Permission. Hey, you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta go. You're too low, so low, you don't hear me though. You ain't playing, trying to drain all my energy. Well, I done told you you could come for me. Too high for you to get me down. Said I too high for you to get me down. Be gone, vampire, be gone. Be gone, backbiter, be gone. Gone. I said my ancestors did it for me. You demons trying to get a little chubby. I'm playing chess, you playing gin rummy. I thought I told you not to come for me. I remember back in the 1990s, we were rocking Kangos and Adidas with shell toes, and everybody knew LL wanted to be bad. I'm bad. Then Biggie got shot, and all that shit happened with Tupac. Meanwhile, I was somewhere getting supersonic with JJ Fad. I was still a youngin', still up and coming, and I had all that wild streak up in me. Prince said, party like it's 1999, and me and my partners was smoking weed like we was out of our minds. That's when the year 2000 was coming in, when the 90s had to go, and I was stomping through South Carolina, dropping spoken word like, where did the 90s go? Give it up for Lioness. Then I would take the stage. Said I would take the stage and pay homage to my ancestors. Then I would head back to my crib and listen to some Bob Marley or some Burning Spear or some Sister Nancy. Bam bam. Then I was on my way through the VA and they was getting money out there. I remember that night I was spitting poetry at Shadows and Allen Iverson gave me a standing ovation. Yeah, a lot of celebrities got my shit in heavy rotation. Poetry spitting, reggae chanting, sweet singing, fire breathing, lion. And I ain't lying. So I'm out in VA, right? Poetry slamming, doing reggae shows, bumping elbows with them Marley boys, with Sizzler, Capleton, Beanieman, Antonio, Yellowman, and Lincoln Granulated Sugar Miners. Rest in peace, Sugar. See, I've been around, I ain't new to this. I could have had a record deal 10 times over. But I'm not here to make a deal with my record, because my record is impeccable. They doing white lines, lining up for punchlines, and if one of them rap battle dudes take mine, oh, I will sue you. Boy! Now, I ain't a rapper, I just rap a lot. Somebody said, ain't she like somebody's grandma? Sit down, granny. Sit down, granny. Bitch, you sit down. I ain't rocking granny panties. I'm like Victoria, the best kept secret. My style, like Rent-A-Center coming back for your furniture. You can't keep it. That good green, sheep it. You haters coming from a mile away, keep it. You in the twilight zone. I'm home alone. But even Macaulay Culkin won't stop till he get enough of this thriller. I'm the bad vibe killer. I'm locked and loaded with a lot of Ogun. Cause his chopper clears the path. You do the math. That's your body minus your head. Like a zombie chicken walking dead. I thought I told you my ancestors was warriors, but they didn't come to play. They came to slay. Butts in the ashtray, smoked. True identity cloaked. Moving like anonymous. These lyrics are autonomous. I thought I told you. I thought I told you. I thought I told you. Well. Hey, said I too high for you to get me down. Said I'm too high for you to get me down, down, down. Said I'm too high for you to get me down. How high am I?
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Yes, we're gonna go to one more song while we warm up the room. Remember who you are. Yes.
Do you remember who you are? Do you remember that you lived amongst the stars? You might not believe just who I am. You might not believe it. You wouldn't believe it, yeah. I am a goddess in the flesh. I made a deal to come down here and show you how to live your life to the fullest. Don't let life just pass you by. Do you remember who you are? Do you remember that you lived among the stars? Life's too short to be getting in your own way. Life's too short to be playing all these games. Life's too short to be getting in your brother's way. Life's too short. Let me say it again. Do you remember your past lives? How do you know that you weren't a warrior without a fight? How do you know that you weren't a king? You were a king. You were a queen. Do you remember who you are? Do you remember that you lived amongst the getting in your own way? Life's too short. Do you hear what I say?
Okay, okay. Yes, that was Aphrodite Stone. Do you remember who you are? It's just basically remember at this point. I'm gonna go in the chat and see if I can post the link. We just gonna have a short discussion. I don't know if you read the title. Hey Ty, hey Ty, hey Ty, hey hi, hey hi. Um, I'm gonna see if I can get in on my own live, which is really something I've never done. But we're gonna do it today because it needs to be done. So I just want to say that if you're not having a great day, you might as well go ahead and start having a great day. The day's not finished. The hour
You might as well go ahead and
the hour
start
has
having a
not
great day.
passed. You don't have to worry about the hour passing you up. And if you don't know that you if you don't know that you are the om of your life, if you don't know what the om of your life is, we're about to get into that just a little bit. And I'm gonna see if I can post let me post it right now. Let me post, let me post, let me post, let me post this live stream because I'm gonna tell you something. When you're being the om of your life, when you're the om of who you are the beginning. So the om is the beginning. Now the omega, that's the other side. The alpha, the omega, the alpha, you know, you might have to look some of these words up right now because we just gonna talk about the om. We just gonna discuss the om of who you are. Hopefully my StreamYard is still going while I'm speaking these words. Um, and what I wanted to say, if you working on being the om of who you are, you might not exactly know what that looks like. You might actually, or you might do, and then you see where you might have to make some adjustments or make some type of changes that's going to be in your best interest, your best highest good. So do you know how to figure out what your best highest good is? This is the point of this conversation right now. Do you know how to figure out what's your best highest good? Can you figure out what your best highest good without others telling you what is in your best highest good? Are you letting others tell you what's in your best highest good? Now, see, that is the real key to this conversation. Are you figuring out that you know what's in your best highest good? And if you don't know, you need to get on the point to where you do need to know. Because I'm gonna tell you, you don't need to know. You could let it pass you by. But when you're talking about your best highest good, your best highest relationship with yourself, with thyself, it comes back to knowing thyself. I say this all the time because I'm telling you because it's my truth. And it's been more than a truth for me that I have decided to take on the spark, the splendor, the love, the interstellar of selves. So if you're taking on an interstellar of selves, you are ready to be to infinity and beyond, as the little Toy Story told you without telling you, that you're ready to be the infinite, and beyond. Like being infinite just in itself, it's not a pump up. It's not to just get you pumped up. It's more about building the human side and assisting the human side of the selves, which is you, into a confident zone, into a zone where uh if if anything happens at any point, you learn how to be the risen, be the risen above what is going on in front of you. Now, when I say be the risen, be rising, be expansion, be ascended. Now, when you expand, you know how to expand. You know what expanding looks like. It's where you took that balloon and you put water in it, and it grew larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And you wanted to play with it so bad. You wanted to throw it so bad in the air. You wanted to toss it. You wanted to share it. Whatever you want to do with this balloon, or you just wanted to hold it. Have you ever watched a balloon inflate? Have you ever just looked at that process of inflation, um, while that balloon is inflating, expanding? It goes to all corners. It goes to, and it's not even corners. It just goes to a wholeheartedly creases. If there's a crease in the balloon, you know the water will fill that crease. You know that the water will fill the crease. What I'm telling you right now, what I'm explaining right now is you. That's what I'm explaining right now. I'm explaining the balloon, but I'm referring it to the human being, the hue of you, filled up with water, expanding this wave within inside. That's what knowing thyself is. That's what I've been telling people. That's what I speak of every single time. It's not a, it's, they done made everything to make you think that it's a mystery. But I must tell you, it's not a mystery. It's not that hard. it, it's only if you decide to make it as more or as less as you would like it to be. So if you study who you are, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people who can tell you who can tell you that they think they know who you are. I'm very sure there's some people. I'm beyond knowing there might be a couple of people that think they know who you are. But I want to tell you, no one said know who you are more than you. And that's the OM in your life. And that's what I'm speaking of right now. No one should know you better than you know yourself. And if they do, I would say you should probably think about getting on it. getting on the inner you. Because if you do this process of knowing thyself and sitting with self in quiet and silent, when you do that, you become more than what you ever, ever thought you could be. Like you start realizing, tell you, I'm studying the Bible for only two reasons. Because it says study to show thyself. And why is some book or some words being used in the matter to show thyself? You know, study to show yourself approved is the knowing thyself. That is the section of which I'm coming from right now. So I lit some sage for y'all because we need to kill some of these bad vibe killers around here. I know you know some. I know you've been acquainted with some of them. I know they've come into your backyard barbecues, so to speak. So if you missed the backyard barbecue speech, there is one. It's a little bit ways back. Um, and if you missed the bull spitter speeches, speakings, I would say go back to those links as well. Because what I'm really saying to you is you be the water. You 70% water anyway. Okay, you 70, 80% water. That's like the ocean. That is most definitely like the ocean. So when I'm saying to you, be, 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 when I'm saying be, I'm saying be you. Sit in silence. 2 minutes, 5 minutes. And you don't when you first start, I want to tell you this. When you start being the om in your life and you start knowing thyself, what I'm talking about is this. When you first start um meditating or sitting quiet, um you're gonna have all these things start flying at your mind. And I say fly at the mind, flying to you. And no, you don't have to turn them off. Because see, the whole point of where you're sitting at is just the observation. And once you just start sitting and you let whatever it is, let it come in, let it fly by you. Let it fly by. If it sits there a minute, don't worry about it. You're not really working toward um, taking things out, so to speak. You're working toward letting them fly by. That's the way I see it. If you let it fly by like on a cloud, you letting somebody's negative comment fly by. You letting that thing that your wife said that annoyed the heck out of you fly by. You letting that thing that your man, your woman, your wife, your husband, your brother, whoever, your sister, your Theo, fly by you at this moment where you're taking a pause and you're not only pausing, but you're just inside and just being within who you are. Like it's a quiet sit. And so today we're going to be discussing the chakras on Chris Cyphers or Smokers Lounge page. And I would tell you it would be in your best interest to come and listen to that speaking and maybe even, join in. We're going to be doing it today. I think it's at 5:30 p.m., which is, California time. So I'm telling you that because the chakras, the wheels of you, literally the wheels of you, because they go up and down you. Um, the wheels of you are many points of interest, excuse me, that will help you with knowing thyself. Because we're talking about practices of the body. We're talking about how you get in tune with your body, how you get in tune with the inside of who you are. Excuse me. So if you want to get in tune with who you are, I would say quiet sitting is your first best interest. First point. because I don't be in the knowing of someone should know me better than I know myself. I just don't believe in that now. I mean, not only because I just I be lying. It just seems to be a lie. No one should know me more or better than I know myself, thyself. No one should know me more than that. So I'm just putting this out there. Look, if you're ready to get on board to at least learning little tidbits of information to get you going in this direction of being the beginning in your life and knowing thyself, many of these practices are already here for you to use. And I'm going to bet that you probably know half of the practices and you're just not knowing the names of them, but you're knowing the information. So I am definitely in that area where I know beyond knowing. I just know it. And I'm gonna tell you this, like it's gonna be a nonstop process. I'm gonna tell you that because if you are working on knowing thyself, then you can also know that there are things that you might need to turn over, things that you might need to change. And one of the words in the Bible was what I said the other day was sin. And the etymology of sin, it said to turn, to change. And it says in the Bible, you sin on a daily. Yes, I'm sinning on a daily because I'm turning every day. I'm changing every day. So you have been played upon with words. This language I'm even speaking now is not it's not even the highest best, but it's as clear or as close as I can get to it as possible at this point. Unless I'm speaking French or Latin, which I'm not at this point, or German, or some Kiswahili, because I know a little bit, at least three of those or Spanish. So I just wanted to come on, give a pep talk about being confident in who you are and knowing thyself. So if you're not into cards, I'm gonna let you know now. I'm doing a short reading. I'm doing a reading. So if you're not into cards, I'm gonna tell you now. You might want to exit. You might want to exit because I'm getting ready to pull some cards. Like, if you're not into cards, so I have my deck. I have my Tarots of Dreams deck, and I have a Sacred Awakening deck, and I always have crystals on both the sets of cards. So we're going to well, I'm going to uh break up some of these cards and pull a couple of cards to um to reinforce to come bring forward some of the information that I've already said and give us a little bit of even more direction or confirmation. So I hope you enjoying your sun, your moon, and your stars because you are these or you are this. Okay, so if you don't know the link for Chris Cypher's page, I will have it. I'll probably post it in this video at the bottom. Um, so you can, I'll post it within a few minutes of doing this video and cutting it out. So we're going to knock on some doors for just some notes here. Ooh, you know how this goes. Oh, so here we are. Let's do this. For some reason, we keep getting these cards. I have no clue why I keep. There we go. There we go. Got it. Okay. So the last came. Well, the bottom card I see it, but all these cards came out. So I'm gonna tell you half of these cards are the cards that I already pulled in earlier in the week or early on an earlier video. So I'm just gonna go through them real quickly, not as quick. So if you're not being the cups in your life, because that was a part of what I talked about. If you're not being the king of cups, the king is right after the ace. He's he's in a pretty powerful position. And cups of water. So if you're not being the water in your life, you need to work on that. You need to think about working on that. It's gonna be in your best interest, like I said, to assist you. The next card is wands. Look, wands are fire. You are fire. What I'm giving and what I'm speaking of right now is the fire inside of you, the fire inside of who you are. This is six, and six. I always say it is expansion. So it's not taken away from your expansion. It's being within the expanded. Oh, we got the five of wands, the change of fire. Very simple. And then we go to the six of coins. The six of coins, really? You know, coins is like, it's like pretty much like money. It's like you hit the jackpot. So if you're being the ohm in your life, you're being the jackpot. Like point number five, probably. Oh, and then we got the Palace of Swords. Are you ready to cut out all those things that aren't working for you? And are you ready to go forth in your palace and cut out those things that no longer serve you? Those things you don't need anymore. I'm just telling you, very simple read here. Um, mm, and this one came out. So in order to be the Om in your life, because the Om symbol is this symbol right here, this card says it. Look, have faith. So if you have faith, you have knowing. You have knowing beyond knowing when you have faith. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that hard to jump from. Our bottom card is the four of coins, which is once again ching 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 ching. So it's money within money. So and I want to describe it in a way, it's abundance within abundance of self. And when I'm speaking of knowing thyself, I'm speaking of how knowing you can can show you how abundant you truly are. Like you don't have to dive so deep. All you have to do is be open to your macabre, your heart, the heart of who you are. And when I say the heart of who you are, I'm not just talking about the thing that's pumping the energy. I'm talking about the master of this heart, which is you. You become a mastermind of self. And it says mastermind because in your heart, do you know it pumps, they have little energies like it's a mind. In your gut, it works like a mind. Your gut works, your intuition works like a mind. So you've got viable tools that you can use within you. And sometimes you do need to get quiet with that in order to know where you're going, what you're doing, who you're doing it for, and why you're doing it. So know where you're going, what you're doing it for, who you doing it for, and why you doing it. Maybe you don't need all those reasons to do any of those things, and maybe you need to give yourself the off hook, the off latch of doing anything, and start doing more for yourself and taking more self care of you. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you take care of who you are, if you know thyself, you 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 get more than what you've been offered ever in your whole entire existence on planet Earth. So I'm being in the now, I'm talking about the now piece of knowing thyself and being the om in your own life, the beginning. Okay. So as I always say, enjoy your sun, your moon, and stars. I'm gonna pull one more card from the Sacred Awakening. So these cards actually came from Hawaii. Konai, actually, the lady that made them, she I ordered them from her. These cards are very I don't know, they're just very special to me. Yes, thank you, Ty. Right? Those that fire. So I think I already knocked on these, but so we're gonna pull a card from this deck. Mm. So here we go. So the card that jumped out is aspect. Hmm. So when you have an aspect, and on this card it has different symbols and everything, but the point of this card is again aspects. And everything I've been speaking of right now is talking about aspects of self. Because I said you want to be the master of your macabre, which is your heart. You want to be the mastermind of knowing thyself. And you want to be the om in your life. You want to be the beginning. You know, don't let other beings tell you it's too late, because if it was too late, you wouldn't be here anymore. You wouldn't be where you are. You know, circumstances are as more and as less as you make them. You going through trying times. Look, let me tell you about some trying times. Um, that's right. You don't have to tie. You good. You good. We gonna have a Hers Day on smokers. Come up there if you can. Get some rest first. So what I'm saying is this. You know, trying times are only trying as you make them. Yes, they can be as real or as not real as you want to make them. I'm not telling you this just for the fun of it. I'm telling you truly because I have been through a bunch of trying times. Um, I'm thriving. I'm beyond weathering the storm right now. Like at this moment, um, I'm more than thriving. You know, it's not. I'm not on the side of survival. I'm in this realm, this space of thriving. And when I tell you and I speak to you in this manner, and the way you know that the way that I'm speaking, I must know something about thriving. I must know more than what I'm giving out about thriving. Because I tell you, when you thrive, when you go through, grow through your situations, you thrive. Because you can go back to that exact point where you knew that this was about to go away, it's about to go off the charts. Beings were being things that they didn't need to be. They were putting out shout outs at you that needed not to be there, shots that you know that weren't supposed to be taken for you or at you. You you know how many times you can learn to walk away? I can tell you about that too. But we're not gonna go that deep just right now. But I just wanted to give some some peace, some some words of om, that is you, that you are the most important person in your life. I hope it's not your kid. Look, I hope it's not your kids that's more important than you. I hope it's not your husband that's more important than you. I hope that it is not your grandmother, your grandfather, your tia, your tios, your aunts. And I hope none of these beings are more important than you. Because if you are right, they're going to be all right. If they see you rise, that's where the importance lies. So I must tell you, look, dear ones, lovelies, that if you're going to proceed down this path of knowing thyself, you're going to get down and dirty. It's going to get dark in there. You're going to shine a light on those dark spaces. Because in those dark spaces, there is much strength. There is there's much confidence as you work upon this area that I'm discussing right now. If you want to know more, you want to do a consult with me. Hey, I do consult readings, sessions. We don't even got to get to a reading for you to understand what is going on in your space. I do this all the time. I must tell you, and every time it is done, the person is like flabbergasted, and I'm like, hey, that was just the information that was given to you. It's what you already know that you're ashamed of, that you don't want to deal with. Don't be ashamed anymore for who you are. Telling you right now. Don't be ashamed of who you are because you are an important being. And I don't know if anybody else tell you that you need to be ashamed about who you are. Them people that you hanging out with that's telling you to be ashamed of who you are, I'm gonna tell you you need to get some new friends. I'm gonna tell you you need to get some new hangout spots if it's your family and your loved ones. Them telling you to be ashamed of who you are might be their aspect of what they see in you that they don't like in themselves. Okay? That is the aspect that I'm discussing right now. So if I'm telling you because I know all about being told that uh you're not worthy. I know all about that. Unfortunately, more than I want to know. Okay? I got like I got like 20 years experience in knowing about being worthless and not being worthy or feeling worthy. So as I say this to you, I'm telling you, you're worthy, you're abundant, you ascend, you descend, you expand, and you go forward. And anything else is not of importance. Knowing thyself is the master key of master, one of many. Okay? So as I always say, enjoy your sun and moon and the stars because you are these. I hope to see you on Smokers Lounge, Chris Cypher's page. I will put the link at the bottom. I want to tell you to go forward and just expand upon expanding and be within knowing thyself. Hey, Kirk Washington, peace. How are you? Um, we are going to go live today on Thursday at Smokers Lounge. I am just giving the people a heads up right now, and I'm saying um, that if you know thyself, you become one with that. You go beyond here and the stars when you know thyself. So to infinity, which is you, and beyond. And we, you, thy, he, she are in that rise as that beat just swam by. So enjoy your day and namaste. And I will be seeing you tonight or this afternoon on the Smokers Lounge. Peace. And I'm going to play some Aphrodite Stone, a little bit of her music, and tell you to enjoy this moment. Okay, dokie.
I am not asking your permission. Hey, you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta go. You're too low, you don't hear me though. You playing, trying to drain all my energy. Well, I done told you you could come for me. Too high for you to get me down. Said I too high for you to get me down, down, down. Be gone, vampire, be gone. Be gone, backbiter, be gone, gone, gone. I said my ancestors did it for me. You demons trying to get a little chubby. I'm playing chess, you playing gin rummy. I thought I told you not to come for me, for me. I remember back in the 1990s. We were rocking Kangos and Adidas with shell toes, and everybody knew LL wanted to be bad. I'm bad. Then Big got shot, and all that shit happened with Tupac. Meanwhile, I was somewhere getting supersonic with JJ Fad. I was still a youngin', still up and coming, and I had all that wild streak up in me. Prince said, party like it's 1999, and me and my partners was smoking weed like we was out of our minds. That's when the year 2000 was coming in, when the 90s had to go, and I was stomping through South Carolina, dropping spoken word like, where did the 90s go? Give it up for Lioness. Then I would take the stage. Said I would take the stage and pay homage to my ancestors. Then I would head back to my crib and listen to some Bob Marley or some Burning Spear or some Sister Nancy. Bam, bam. Then I was on my way through the VA and they was getting money out there. I remember that night I was spitting poetry at Shadows and Allen Iverson gave me a standing ovation. Yeah, a lot of celebrities got my shit in heavy rotation. Poetry spitting, reggae chanting, sweet singing, fire breathing, lion. And I ain't lying. So I'm out in VA, right? Poetry slamming, doing reggae shows, bumping elbows with them Marley boys, with Sizzler, Capleton, Beanieman, Antonio, Yellowman, and Lincoln Granulated Sugar Miners. Rest in peace, Sugar. See, I've been around. I ain't new to this. I could have had a record deal 10 times over. But I'm not here to make a deal with my record because my record is impeccable. They doing white lines, lining up for punchlines, and if one of them rap battle dudes take mine, oh, I will sue you. Boy. Now, I ain't a rapper, I just rap a lot. Somebody said, ain't she like somebody's grandma? Sit down, Granny. Sit down, Granny. Bitch, you sit down. I ain't rocking granny panties. I'm like Victoria, the best kept secret. My style, like Rent-A-Center coming back for your furniture. You can't keep it. That good green, keep it. You haters coming from a mile away, keep it. You in the twilight zone. I'm home alone. But even Macaulay Culkin won't stop till he get enough of this thriller. I'm the bad vibe killer. I'm locked and loaded with a lot of old goons. Cause his chopper clears the path. You do the math. That's your body minus your head. Like a zombie chicken walking dead. I thought I told you my ancestors was warriors, but they didn't come to play. They came to slay.
They came
What's in
to
the
slay.
ashtray? Smoked. True identity close. Moving like anonymous. These lyrics are autonomous. I thought I told you. I thought I told you.
Thought I told
I
you.
thought I told you. Well. Hey.
Said I'm too high for you to get me down. Said I'm too high for you to get me down. Down, down. Said I'm too high for you to get me down.
How high am I?
How high are you? As I always say, you enjoy your sun, your moon, and your stars because you are these. And I will see you within the interstellar sections when you're ready. Peace and namaste.